Welcome back to Yavana. This is Pranav and you're watching Yavana. So I was asked to make a video on Greek mythology, but a lot of things about Greek mythology is already out there on the internet, and a lot of things about Indian mythology is also there on the internet. But there are some things similar between the two, which I feel I must talk about it because it often gets unnoticed. Now you must be thinking, we know that Indra is like Zeus, this guy is like that guy, and all those Proto-Indo-European common mythological tropes. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about something which probably influence each other, or I don't know, but basically I'm going to talk about the epics. The Indian epic Ramayana and Mahabharata, mostly Mahabharata, and the Greek epic Iliad and Odyssey. So we all know that Alexander came to India, almost came till India, and then he went back, but few Greeks thought, this is a nice place, let us live here for some time. Oh, wanna do trade? We do, we give you best product. And that's how some Greek settled here. They were referred as Yavana by Indians because most of them were from Ionian tribe. So when these Greeks settled in India, they not only contributed to India's art and sculpture, but they also contributed to India's mythologies. Now, you must know everything about Mahabharata, at least basic characterization. You know about Achilles from the Iliad. So Achilles' mother is a water nymph or water goddess, Thetis, and his father is a human being. Therefore, Achilles has some special superhuman powers. Parallels with Bhishma. His father is a human, his mother is a river goddess. Achilles has a weak spot in his heel, and so does Duryodhan has weak spot in his thigh because those parts were remained unprotected, just like Achilles' heel when his mother dipped Achilles in a magical water, which gave him superhuman strength and protection from all kinds of attacks. Also, when Krishna dies, he's shot in his heel. Again, some sort of reference. But let me tell you a bigger reference. Krishna's childhood is not mentioned in the Mahabharata epic. It's actually mentioned in the supplementary text called the Harivamsa, which is believed to be written down much later. And in Harivamsa, we get to know Krishna's story, where his uncle was told that his nephew is going to kill him someday, and so one by one he kills every nephew, and the Krishna, the one who is going to kill him, escapes and grows up and then finally fulfills the destiny. This has a lot of parallels with Greek mythology, in which Cronus knows that his son will overthrow him someday, so he swallows all of his sons, and only Zeus is able to escape. He doesn't escape, his mother saves him from Cronus. Zeus grows up and defeats Cronus. But in India, if we show a guy killing his father, which is not culturally appropriate. So maybe that's why they change it to uncle. This is called ancient creative liberty. Second thing is, obviously, Krishna's childhood is very much similar to Hercules' childhood. He fights all different kinds of monsters while he is a toddler. So that's a kind of later interpolation, probably Greek myth influenced. Third story is, of course, historians say Draupadi's disrobing event is actually a later interpolation, because it doesn't go inconsistent with the dialogues and the writing style and whatever that happens before and after that event. And also within that event, there are some words which are used that contradict itself. So it's widely believed to be a later interpolation. Probably it was also an influence from a Greek story of a courtesan who was disrobed in a Greek court. Of course, that the whole narrative, the whole philosophy and everything is very different from Draupadi's story, but there is a kind of a resemblance between the two, and as historians say that okay, this is a later interpolation. Probably it was influenced by the Greeks living in India. And apart from that, there are many stories which might have been an influence from the Greece, from the Greek storytellers, or maybe it was a common Indo-European culture. I mean, who knows? But one thing is for sure, that these stories have been influenced by the Greeks. One more evidence about this later interpolation is a king called Yavana, or the Black Greek, is mentioned in Harivamsa, which is probably an later interpolation, because if events of Mahabharata happened before the event, before the painted graveware culture where the ruins of Hastinapur have been found, there weren't any Greeks in the subcontinent then. Even the Bactrian Greeks settled by the Achaemenid Empire wouldn't be there in that time. So it's most probably a later interpolation. So these were some of the few topics which I wanted to share with you. There is one more topic, but I'm going to make a different video on that. So stay tuned to Pravyap now. This is Pranav signing off. Ta-da!